Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be doing LAME on Hack the Box. So like I've said in the previous video, Hack the Box is a website that allows you to test your penetration and ethical hacking skills legally on VMs, which are virtual machines, so they're not actual proper computers. However, they can be considered them depending on their difficulty level. So as you can see on my screen right now, we actually have LAME up. As you can see, it's a Linux box. The one we did before, which was Legacy, that was Windows, so this will show you on the other operating system. As you can see, I've already done this before, but I'll be doing this from memory, so it will more or less be the same consistency as last videos. Made by the same person. As you can see, some people found it medium, most found it a piece of cake. To be honest, I did it without any tutorials and stuff, but it's completely okay if you needed to. There is this video here for a tutorial, so feel free to, before we get started, feel free to like, comment and subscribe if you actually are enjoying the video and you will learn something. And yeah, so what we can do is we can take this IP address from this box. I've already got a VPN running up, so that's cool. So what we can do is we can just open up a terminal, sudo into the root user, clear the screen again. Now what we did last time is we did a brief scan just to see what ports are open, and then we can do an in-depth scan, so that's what we're going to be doing this time around as well. This is how I do pen test engagement. So nmap, and then we go -p. I know we can do -p dash, but I'd prefer just to list them out like that. And then we can do paste, and then we can click enter, see how long's left. Alright, so what we can do now is we can just talk about a bit about enumeration and reconnaissance. Oh, never mind, because it's already finished. So as you can see, we've got 139 open, which is an SMB one. We also have an SSH and an FTP. So now what we can do is we can go nmap dash ports, and then 21, 22, and 139. 21, 22, 139, yep. And then -a for everything, and then paste in the IP address again. Boom. So, going back to reconnaissance, what we're doing right now is we're doing active reconnaissance because we're directly probing the target. Every time we make a TCP connection, which is what we're doing when we're scanning, it's creating a log. There are ways around this, depending on the security of the client network. So if they've got a basic firewall, what you could potentially do is you could do the TAC argument on nmap to try to get around this and bypass it without creating too many logs. How this works is instead of making a TCP connection of SYN-ACK, and then an ACK, and then the connection is established through the TCP handshake, instead what happens if you use the stealth scan, which is the TAC-S, what happens is it goes SYN-ACK, and then when it goes back to the client, instead of saying ACK to establish the connection and make a log, you can then just send a reset packet. It's not very stealthy anymore, but it can be stealthy depending on the client security and infrastructure. Anyways, back to the scan. So what we can do is we can just bring this over here, close this. We can then scroll up and see what we have. So as you can see, we've got FTP right here. We have a version and a version number. We also have an anonymous FTP login, but as you can see, we don't really have anything special. Like if we go up to the top, we have FTP, which is cool. We can actually put files onto the FTP server and then try to initiate them or execute them. But there's no real way to do so. You can just do HTTP, but you can't do it necessarily as we don't have a HTTP here. We have SSH, so obviously we can brute force authentication services using tools like Hydra and things like that. In this video we're not going to cover that though. We're actually going to cover the one on here, which is port 139, which if you remember from the previous video of Legacy, it was 139 and port 445. So we did 445 last time, so we can try 139 now. So going for the more advanced scan, as you can see, FTP allowed, things like that. We can log in and see what there is there, but just to save time, I don't think we're going to be doing that. What I'm thinking of logically right now is we can try SMB, and then if that doesn't work, we can try FTP stuff with the anonymous login, and then if nothing there, then we can try to do something with SSH. So yeah, as you can see, open SSH, we've got the version number, and it's running Debian or Ubuntu. Gives us the work group and the stuff like that, RSA keys. Scroll down, we should, where is it? The SMB one. Oh, here it is. So we have port 139 on a TCP connection and it's open, so we can actually attack it. NetBIOS Samba SMB 3.0.2 and it's Debian. So what we can do is we can take this and then look up an exploit for it. So we can go boom and then exploit, see what comes back. There is a Samba user map script from Rapid7. If you don't know, Rapid7 are the people who make Metasploit, which is what we covered in the previous video. So that's good. So as you can see, little description on how it's used, things like that. No authentication is needed to exploit this vulnerability, which is very handy because we don't have any credentials. So as you can see, you can scroll down and we can use it. So once again, we can just copy like we did last time. We can then just go MSF console, like that. So there's actually a public available exploit for this type of Samba SMB. So we're going to try and do that now. So we can go paste to use the user map script. Now what we do now is we do show options like always before. So we need R hosts and we need L host, L port, and then R port. So the R port's already set to 139, which is handy. And then we need R host. So set R host to, what was it again? It was 10.10.10.3. We need my local IP address, which is nothing of use unless you're on my network. This is the VPN. There we go. Copy that. Exit out. We can then set the L host like this. Set L host and then paste it in like that. And then we can just do show options one more time to make sure that everything's filled out. So the required fields are obviously, you know, required. If they say no, then you won't necessarily need them, but I guess it can help depending on the module you're using for Metasploit. Then you got yes, yes, yes. So all four of these are needed: R host, R port, L host, and L port. We've filled out all of them. We can then show targets, and it has automatic targeting only, so that's fine. That's automatically set to 0, so you can figure out what target we actually need for the exploit to run. And then yeah, so we can just do run, or if you want to call, you can do exploit. So exploit like that. I'm gonna sneeze. Bless me. Right, and then we can go exploit. So it starts with reverse TCP handler. As you can see, we've got a session that's open, so then we can just do things like help. There you go. So we've got a normal shell right here. So we can do things like we can just drop into a shell like this. It's found bin bash because we're actually on Linux. Instead of like, you know, system32 CMD, we've got bin bash because that's the type of terminal that Linux has. Now we're waiting on to receive a connection from it just to see if it works. It might have already done it, so who am I? Yes, it's already done it. There we go. So root at lane. So you can do get UID. Oh, okay, that doesn't work. We can do print working directory. As you can see, we're in the root folder, and we can do sysinfo maybe. No, not sysinfo. Oh, what was it? There was another one for proof of concept, and I can't remember it. Okay, well, we'll root anyway, so that's fine. What we can do is we can go dir, and then as you can see, we can do stuff like cat etc shadow for all the password hashes. So here's all the password hashes, and you can also do the same with passwords. So cat etc password for the usernames and groups. As you can see, we got, I take it, yep, that's 103. So all the thousands of groups, sorry, all the thousands of users. So I've got a user called Makis. So what we can do is we can then clear it, and then we can go back to the root folder if we weren't in that already. cd home ls. As you can see, we've got two. We've got yeah, so we can go cd dir, and then as you can see, we've got the user.txt flag right there. And now you're probably wondering, well, there's no admin or administrator or anything. That's because we can actually go back to the home directory. As you can see, we've got a root right here, so CD root. And then if we list it, as you can see, we've got a few things in here. So we've got the, oh, whoopsies. We've got the desktop, we've got the reset, which is a bash script, and then we've also got the root.txt flag here. So we didn't need any privilege escalation for this video and for this box, simply because we was already put in as root when we dropped down to the shell. We will cover basic privilege escalation as well, so stay tuned for that. So hopefully you found this video informative and you followed through. If you did, please feel free to give it a like and subscribe. Maybe consider dropping a comment down below, letting me know you got this far. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below as well, and I'll definitely get back to you on that. And yeah, so hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah, peace.